Hello, Kerry Minden with CJM Realty here. And today my goal is to talk to you about the Freedom from Hunger food drive that CJM Realty is really about starting this summer. And one of the questions I've been asked recently is, why during the summer? Why are you doing this during the summer? That's the busy time. Our kids are going on vacation. We're on vacation. I mean, is this crazy? Actually, the food bank has had other people try to start food drives during the summertime. And they've kind of flubbed over time. And that's because during the summer people are gone and people just don't want to get involved. They're busy, and I get that. And frankly, that's the entire reason that we're doing this. The story in the background, I'll go quickly into the story, and I haven't really told many people this and why this actually affects me. When the real estate industry melted down in 2007, I was actually managing and helping run a large lending office, and so that all melted down, and I said, well, this kind of sucks. I'm going to go do something else. And what else I did is I worked my butt off, studied, ran, push-ups, sit-ups, all that, and actually tested and became a police officer. I was active with the Clark County Sheriff's Office. You can look it up, class of 641, the Basic Law Enforcement Academy of Washington State. The short story is I didn't work out, but during that time, that summer of 2009, around 4th of July, and I remember that because of some of the calls we were active to, my field training officer and I were called out to someone that might be dead in the road. We didn't know what it was. Someone in the ditch. Could be dead, could be not, didn't know. So we go out there and look, and we find this gentleman, and that story is kind of sad, but this gentleman, Vietnam veteran, and self-medicating with alcohol. A truly sad story. So we took him down, and again, just trying to make the story short for us here today, but the Veteran Center wouldn't work with him for various reasons. I'm not sure why. So police officers are not usually taxis, just to make that clear. They're most likely busy saving lives and helping people. But we ended up taking this gentleman out to his house. And it kind of stuck in my head because in the house was a little blonde girl about the same age as my little blonde girl at the time. And they were hungry. The little girl was, "Mom, I'm hungry." Mom's like, "Well, I don't have food." I'm like, "Why don't you have food?" "Well, because we don't have food. We ran out, no work, didn't qualify for food stamps for whatever reason, or that was out or done." They'd even gone to the food bank, the North Clark County Food Bank, that day to look for food, and there was no food in the food bank. So get this, the food bank that's there to help people didn't have food. That was kind of actually tragic. Well, the way police officers work is then someone else had a problem, an urgent problem. That's why the police officers are always running around somewhere. And so we go off and we go to this problem and that problem, and working 12-hour plus days, high stress, rookie. That kind of stuck with me, but I didn't do anything. Nothing. I'm just like everyone else. I did nothing. Fast forward to Christmas time of 2015. So just this last year, I helped my kids in their Pathfinder group, kind of like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, to go on the local food bank food drive for Christmas time called Walk and Knock. And I kind of hit home. I remembered back to summer 2009, and there's no food in the food bank in summer of 2009. So I actually went down to the food bank, the local food bank, Clark County Food Bank here, and said, "Hey, is that still an issue? Is there still an issue in the middle of the summer where people need food? You run out." And James Fitzgerald down there, the captain of the ship, he's like, we've come a long way since 2009. We've been working hard, and we do have food, but that is our lowest time. And we could do more if we had consistent food, consistency in there. And during the middle of the summer, often it's just soups and leftovers. So literally you go in and everything else is taken, and there's just the leftovers that are there. And that's what's there available middle of the summer. If there's something available. There's still times where it runs out. It's kind of the gap between all the food that's donated over the holidays and during the letter carrier drive in spring and beginning of May, and before all the gleanings from the fields come in and there's fresh foods and that sort of stuff available. There's a very, very low point. So the Freedom from Hunger food drive is designed to be right during that time when they need the food to supply the people that need the food. What's interesting, why the Clark County Food Bank specifically, is they actually work directly with the 17 other food banks in Clark County. So if there's a food bank in your community, they're connected. They've also been trying to expand and working on expanding into the Meals on Wheels, supplying the Senior Food Project. There's, I believe, 34 organizations now that they supply food to when they have it. It goes first to the food banks and kind of acts as a warehouse and an interchange and a rallying point, if you will, for all the food banks. So if you're supporting the one in Washougal, there's a nice little food bank there. They work with the Clark County Food Bank. If you're in La Center, because La Center is like, yeah, we won't talk to you if you're not part of our food bank. Guess what? The Clark County Food Bank works with La Center Food Bank. There's a couple in Battleground, one out in Amboy, I believe. You can go to Clark County Food Bank website and they have all the details of that. They're very transparent in what they're doing, their goals, and their goals are really to feed people. So here's my message: is I'm looking for business people. We have the Christmas time volunteer food drive. We've got the government-oriented letter carriers food drive in May. Both are very valid, extremely useful, must have them. They are doing great for our work here in the local area. What I want is the Freedom from Hunger Food Bank. So us business owners, I'm a business owner, if you're a business owner, or your boss is a business owner, or your HR department, anyone out there that wants to get involved, we want you. We want you in to go as a group, as a business, or to gather food right after 4th of July. So when you come back from 4th of July and you're, man, we had all that barbecue and great stuff. Let's raise some food for the people. Maybe they didn't have such a good 4th of July. And they're definitely running out right now of food right in that period. That's statistically the low period. Let's raise some food for them. Let's raise some money. You don't want to raise food? Clark County Food Bank needs money. They don't just operate in a vacuum. There's full-time paid members there to keep it going and help support the volunteers. And when there's a low time and there is no food, they could just use funds to buy food if necessary. But there's trucks, delivery trucks between the food banks. They need gas, repairs, that sort of thing. They also need volunteer hours. I've got a 4-H group that's looking to volunteer some volunteer hours. Business can volunteer hours, and there's all sorts of things they need, from helping people at the front desk to sorting food to gleaning food from the fields. The needs endless and ongoing. So that's the story, that's the message. Clark County Food Bank, we're going to do a food drive, replacing barrels in some places as soon as this next week, but definitely the 5th of July is when this kicks off. We'll have a rally at the Clark County Food Bank July 19, 2016 in the afternoon. We're working on the exact times right now, and we'll go from there. And I'll give some updates as we go on, and appreciate your time listening and look forward to working with you.